welcome class. Hope you all are fine at home. In the last class we have completed our lesson number 6, that is about the India's rivers and climate. Now in this session we are going to do the practice book. Please be ready with your practice book, pencil and eraser, and open the page number 133. Page number 133. Now in the worksheet number 1, here we have the 3 important images. Yes, already in the previous class we have learned about the stages of water. In the stages of water, here we have the 3 important pictures. How the water will be the same wherever we go, but when they are coming across with the different landforms, the name of the water will be changed. Example, the Grand Canyon, Georges and the waterfall. So here the first one is the water which is coming from the huge mountains, right? And in between the mountains are two, and upon the huge rocks that we call as a waterfall. The first one is waterfall. Please write along with me without mistake and meet me. And the second one is canyon. In between the two huge rocks, here the small water valley is going, that we call as a canyon. The third one is the gorge. Now here between the huge mountains, the water will be moving from the one place to another place. That's we call as a gorge. Right? Now, please turn the page, that page number 134, where we have the B bit. Now use the given statements as hints and find the answer in the given word grid. Now here we have the 5 questions. Five questions, I'll give the answer and you need to search that word. Whatever the answer I am giving, that word you have to search in this grid and you have to circle like this. And you have to keep the box for the name. Right? Is this clear? Now, I am going to give the answers for you. Please copy beside the question itself. Now, a path followed by a river. The path followed by a river is known as course. Right? You need to search the word course and you have to put the box for the word. Right? Now, second one. A snow-fed river is Ganga and the rain-fed river is Godavari and the snow-fed river is Ganga. So, G-A-N-G-A. Right? And the third one is a triangular shaped region. Any river before going to join the sea, it will change its direction and supply the water to the other parts of the places. That area is known as the delta. It is a delta. Now, fourth one. A longest river of Asia and its name is Dihang in Assam. Right? That is known as Brahmaputra. The longest river of Asia is Brahmaputra. B-R-A-H-M-A-P-U-T-R-A. Brahmaputra. Wherever you have it, where you got the Brahmaputra word, please circle the box. And last one. The source of river Ganga is Gangotri. The distributary of river Ganga is Gorai and tributary of river Ganga is Yamuna and the source of the river Ganga is Gangotri. Now these are the 5 important words you need to search in this word grid and you have to circle. Right? Now with this we have done our worksheet number 1. Now moving to the worksheet number 2. practice book, worksheet 2. Now here in this page we have the 2 questions and page number 135. Write the uses of a river. What are the uses of the river? But already we have discussed. So the uses of river. In the first line already the lines are given for you. In the first line you write the uses of river. So what is the use of the river? Right? River water is used for growing crops, right? Transportation is done, transport facility transportation of goods from one place to another. Next, river water is used for cooking, bathing, for cleaning, drinking, and for generating electricity. Or else you can take it as a next point. And for making electricity. Right? Now here we have the second question. Hope you all are writing well along with me without spelling mistakes. Now, next one. Next question is about the differences of snow-fed and rain-fed rivers. Here you have the table. One side snow-fed rivers and another side rain-fed. What are the snow-fed? The rivers which are originating from the mountains that are covered with the snow. They are called snow-fed rivers. Example, river Ganga. And during the rainy season only, the rivers will fill with the water. That we call as a rain-fed rivers. Example, Godavari. So here you write rivers start from the mountains throughout the year is called snow-fed rivers. Example, river Ganga. And moving to the rain-fed rivers, that is rivers that depend on rainfall for their source of water. is known as rain-fed rivers. Example, river Godavari. So, there is a difference between the snow-fed and rain-fed. Now, rivers that start from the mountains throughout the year is called the snow-fed rivers. Example, river Ganga. And rain-fed rivers are the rivers that depend on the rainfall for their source of water is known as rain-fed rivers. Example, river Godavari. Right? Hope you have understood this. Now, moving to the worksheet 3. Worksheet 3, page number 136. Now, explain the journey of a river with the help of a diagram. So, here you are having a small diagram you need to do with a pencil, and this is the river water is flowing from the mountain. Here we call as young river. The starting point of the river from the mountains is known as a young river, and when they are supplying the fertile soil to the other places, other parts, that we call as a mature river. And when they are going to join the sea, when they are joining the sea, that we call as a old river. This is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. This is a old river. The starting point of the river is a young river. When they are supplying the water, when they are supplying the fertile soil, right? That part we call as a mature river, and the river water before going to join the sea, it is taking the diversion. So that we call as a old river. Now here we are having the few points we need to write along with the diagram. Now, river flows from highland to lowland. So, the first one is a young river. Flows quickly with lots of energy. When they are coming from the high level to the low level, what will happen, beta? It will come with the great force, with lots of energy. It will fall down. So that flow we call as a young river. Now, as a river deposit soil and sediments on river banks. So the second one is nothing but when the river water is depositing the soil and sediments on the river bank. So here what all the sand particles will be there. They are helpful for the growing food crops. So all the different plantations. So that we call as a mature river. And the third one is on the river bank. Either sides and makes the balance be fertile. So the third point is when the river ends its journey and joins the sea is called old river. The starting point when the river is coming from the high level land to low level land is known as a young river. When it is coming out, it will be having the lots of energy, and due to the lots of energy, when the water is moving from the place to place, it will carry the more amount of soil from the land and it will deposit to the some place. When the water speed slows down, that place we call as a mature river, right? And finally, where the river ends its journey and joins the sea, that place we call as a old river, right? That we call as a old river. So with this we have done our worksheet number 3 A bit. Now B bit. Beta worksheet is nothing but a small part of revision which you have to do after the completion of the lesson. Right? Now the B bit is nothing but here actually it is a project report on the National Mission for Clean Ganga launched by the Government of India. You may include the following points in your project. So here I am giving the hints for you. I am giving the answers for this. Here only you need to write just here below the question or beside the question you can write. So when was it started? When Mission Ganga, when National Mission for the Clean Ganga started? In June 2014. Mission Clean Ganga. So which ministry that handles this project? Which ministry? For the police people, here we have the police department, home ministry. Yes or no? For the finance, for the money, for everything, here we have the finance ministry. For the agriculture, we have the agriculture ministry. In the same way here also for the waters, for the projects, for the irrigation projects, here we have the water resource, Ministry of Water Resource. Now next, what is the aim and objectives? What is the main aim of the Mission Ganga? Mission Clean Ganga. It is nothing but to stop polluting the river Ganga and to clean the river Ganga. So as a Ganga is a national river, it is not possible. But here by following the few steps we can able to control the water pollution. Thus to ensure the water quality and environment. To ensure the water quality, at least by stop throwing the garbage and all these things we can able to reduce the water pollution. Yes or no? And environment. And fourth one, what are the steps to be taken under this project? That is afforestation. Afforestation means we need to plant more number of trees. Next, biodiversity. We are not supposed to kill the animals. We are not supposed to disturb the aquatic animal life. So, biodiversity and public awareness. Most of the people should aware that we are not supposed to pollute our environment. And not only these three, here we have number of steps which we need to follow. Right? Now with this we have done our practice book lesson number 6 also. Hope you have understood this. Please revise the lesson which are very helpful for your exams. Please take care. Be at home. Stay safe. Thank you.